And you know what it was previous, right?
Yeah, 80.
For the next?
It's 80.
And what'd you put on
That's
now?
a 50. Relax, man. We're talking pods. We're pod talking, Chris.
Yeah, but you're not the one that has to color correct all this junk. We're in the podcast.
We're in the podcast.
We're in the pod.
Time to get loose, everyone.
This is podcast number 79, Classic Blend. Welcome back. We are going to be talking about the things that we talked about all week, which was movies, TVs, cartoons, and video games. And
listen up. Before you get into that, don't freaking try to distract anybody.
Listen. Zelda.
This is the podcast for episode 79. Or for the week 79, the week of 79.
Said that. Go ahead.
I have an issue with Chris for the podcast, or no, the movie for the week of 78. And even the podcast for the week of 78.
Okay.
Chris neglected to mention that Luke Edwards?
You don't remember his name.
Because now you're making me mad. You make me start.
You don't remember his name.
He had Little Big League as his movie, and neglected to mention that Luke Edwards from The Wizard was the main character in Little Big League, like on the box, the kid like that on the box. You neglected to mention that he was Jimmy from The Wizard. That's huge. It would have changed everything in our movie. Our whole entire movie would have been different.
Maybe I didn't tell you that because I knew that you would want to make it a Wizard sequel.
Nope.
Well, let me
False.
Let me pose this to you. You're such a fan of The Wizard.
Yep.
You didn't recognize that name at all.
I didn't hear you say his name.
That's my point. You never listen.
I don't listen to you. I listen to The Wizard.
You didn't. Okay, you're an idiot. You didn't listen to me when I said his name.
Because I didn't know you had a relevant name to say, Chris. I would have listened to you.
Oh my! So, who's in Die Hard, Kenny? Some guy.
John McClane.
It's a guy.
John McClane.
It's a guy.
But you know that.
But my point is, you don't. You say you don't. I didn't say a relevant name, so you didn't. You just don't hear anything.
No, I do hear it. I knew his name.
Oh my God! Well, I have a bone to pick with you because you didn't mention that in Loverboy, Kirstie Alley was in that.
She was in it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say that.
I do believe I did.
You didn't.
And that doesn't matter. Kirstie Alley is not up there with Luke Edwards.
Oh, really?
No.
Look who's talking.
Cheers. Did she ever say California? Did she ever say that? Did she go to Video Armageddon and win?
No, but she had Bruce Willis as a baby, okay?
That is true.
Speaking of Bruce Willis, we had Die Hard and we had It Could Happen to You. We had Nick Cage and Bruce Willis. They team up and they're both New York City cops.
Struck by lightning because listen, John McClane. What are the chances of New Year's Eve happening, or sorry, Christmas Eve happening again, and him getting jammed up with the airplane in the airport?
That's a good one, Spaz. Good one.
Yeah, I'm glad you just said "just kidding" at the end there. Oh gosh, and then Nicolas Coppola won the lottery, and it could happen to you.
Right.
And together they get struck by lightning, and it happened to us. Where they try to take.
Did they get struck by lightning together? I mean, they were together.
They were just like walking like that, and it hit them, and they fell back.
Right.
Hey, I'm a New York City cop. Are you okay? Say it.
Say what?
Enact a scene. We're gonna act out a scene.
Hey, I'm a New York City cop also.
No, you need to just do your voice.
Hey, I'm a New York City cop here too.
Whoa, what happened here?
Oh, hold on. You're a cop, I'm a cop. We're both from New York City. Let's do something about this. Hold on, are those the Italians? Yeah, so they look down the street and they see Italians doing some bad stuff. So we made the bad guys Italians in this movie. It's called It Could Happen to Us. Here's the thing. Die Hard 3.
Nothing else to say about
Die Hard 3 was a really good film.
It was originally not supposed to be Die Hard 3. They actually they did something with it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Something happened with that in Tears of the Sun. You remember that? Remember Tears of the Sun?
I have it on DVD, Kenny.
I think the script.
What do you want from me, man?
I think the script for Die Hard 3 was called like Tears of the Sun, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know.
Something like that.
All I know is there's a new movie coming out called McClane, and I'm so psyched to see it. That's all I want you to know. All
Is he gonna
right.
star
You
Joseph
wrote
Gordon
tears. You wrote tears, and Wikipedia showed you it's giving you information about tears. Okay.
about? Look, I wrote Tears of the Sun. Why did it go to Tears? About is it gonna? I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Who cares? Doesn't matter. What's her name? Monica Bellucci.
Hold on.
In this,
Willis produced Tears of the Sun, through his production company, and took the title from an early subtitle for Live Free or Die Hard, the fourth film in the Die Hard series.
Uh-huh.
He filmed the sequel on the condition that he could use the subtitle for his SEALs War film. That was it.
Yeah. So he actually wanted to be in Tears of the Sun?
Yeah.
Oh. I have a feel like I just feel like
Cheyenne Enterprises is his production
Cheyenne.
company.
Oh, because that's his. What's his band's name?
Stop. He has a band.
You didn't know he's in a band?
Who, Bruce Willis?
Yeah, he's in a band, dude.
That
Plays
blues
guitar.
band?
Yeah. I have that on DVD, bro. It's a good movie. What?
Chris
Shut up. It's a good movie.
has never met a movie he hates. He likes every movie ever made.
Well, Kenny, if you were a movie, I'd hate you. How about that?
That's mean.
All right?
That's so mean.
Do we have anything else to say about movies? No. Let's move on to TV. Stupid.
Flea was in this.
Stupid. Yeah.
Flea.
Flea's in a lot of things you don't know about. Flea's in a lot of things. You know, so Tears of the Sun?
No. Tom Skerritt.
He was in everything too.
Captain Bill Rose. Oh, I thought it said Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo. Oh, speaking of Captain Kangaroo, he was a TV show I had, and Kenny had Flash. No. What'd you have? Hollywood Beat. You know, if I was you, I'd say something like, "Oh God, Chris, you see, this is what I hate about you. Meanwhile, everything we choose is random. We don't pick them ourselves. Oh, you always get these dumb shows. Meanwhile, last we get Ace Crawford for the second friggin' time. God,
Listen,
man,
it doesn't matter because it stars John Matuzak.
And
who played Sloth in the Goonies.
Sloth. It's the only redeeming quality.
And Jack Scalia.
Jack Scalia.
And the cop from Terminator 3.
Whatever. Point is,
who's also the security guard from Independence Day.
I'm kind of a fan of the show though that we made. Kangaroo Beat.
Yeah.
Because
we could have called it like Captain Sloth.
No. Sloth
is an animal.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do.
You could have had like a sloth puppet, and the guy is like,
Kenny,
who's the murderer? And he's like the slowest moving guy in the world. It's like it's definitely not that guy. So every week they're trying to figure out who it is, and it ends up being that guy.
Are you saying you want to retcon the whole cow punching, the cow fighting?
No, that was good.
All right.
Sloth punching.
On the next episode of sloth
fight.
Punching.
Could you imagine if they instead of like dog fighting, they had sloth fighting? Could you imagine that?
Come back next week. Come back at the end of the week.
Hold on, it would be like an open hand.
It'd just be an open claw. But you'd have to have the three-toed versus the two-toed sloth.
There's a two-toed?
Yeah, there's.
Oh, I guess that's why they differentiate.
There's two different. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, no. So that was our show. That was the show we made where they have to. I don't know.
No way they weren't spot on Kenny impressions.
What? No, they were. Yeah. See. No, Rancid knows. Thank you, Rancid. Appreciate it. What about your favorite section, the cartoon section?
Oh,
Space
gosh.
Ghost and
I had stupid Flash Gordon, man.
Flash. Oh. I love it, man.
That just keeps getting more annoying.
Oh, see if you get into it though. It's pretty good.
I guess I do.
It's pretty good.
I guess I do.
Yeah, he loves it. He can't help it. This guy loves me so much. He just doesn't know how to convey it sometimes.
Hey,
so
I tried to convey it with a
Flash Gordon
massage before, and that didn't work.
You did,
out.
I know, but I didn't take you up on the offer, so it's my loss.
What is this?
I didn't write anything down here for Flash. So Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't write anything?
I didn't write anything.
I wrote Space Ghost meets Flash Gordon. That's what we came up with. Because guess what? They're both in space already. That's what happens. They get beamed to Earth, right? Don't they get hit by a lightning?
No, they both get hit by lightning and teleported to Earth. And they said, "Hey, I'm from space." And the other guy says, "Hey, I'm from space. You're a ghost. I'm a football player." No, in this one, "I'm a polo player." And he says, and they say, "Oh." And he goes, "Oh." And he says, "You want to go up there?" And he goes, "Where?" "Space. I'm a ghost, you know." "I know. What's your name?" "Flash Gordon." "That's dumb. Well, you're a space ghost." "I know." They go to space. What do they do? Did we even say what they did? Doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
They fight crime.
They fight space crimes. I don't know.
But if somebody was named Space Ghost, that's his thing. He's a ghost in space. Flash Gordon would be like, that's like if I'm called polo player.
Wait, if you're aren't you a is that your job title or your name? Both.
What do you do? What did you do back on Earth?
I played polo. Polo ghost. Wait, I got a question for you. Can the Ghostbusters catch Space Ghost?
I don't know.
Because he is a ghost.
One day, it's gonna fall in our laps, and we're gonna just be like Ghostbusters and Space Ghost. And we're gonna be like, this is the best thing ever.
How about this? Do you think Ghostbusters? I heard this somewhere recently. Do you think Ghostbusters? I'll pose it to you. Can catch Force ghosts? So you have Anakin, Yoda,
I get it.
Obi-Wan, right?
I don't know.
And they show up in front of the Ghostbusters. Could they catch them? Can they do that? Can I look at this? Ghost catch?
I think the ghosts that the Ghostbusters caught were a little dumb. It still seems like the Force ghosts have a little bit of mental capacity.
Can Force?
I would say
ghosts...
that they probably would be like. I mean, they're not going to run as fast as a lot of those ghosts. So chances are, yeah, Obi-Wan's going to be like caught in a little beam, and he's going to get sucked in. It's going to happen.
But they can also wink out of existence when they want. Ghostbuster ghosts have to like run through walls or something, don't they? Don't they have to like get out of the area?
That's true.
Right? Mm-hmm. What about didn't some of the Force can they interact with the living world?
Who, the Force ghosts?
Yeah.
I guess some of them might be able to. I mean,
Right?
Obi-Wan sat on like a log.
They sat on logs. Yoda sat on a log. And didn't Yoda bring down lightning in your favorite movie, The Last Jedi?
Okay, that movie doesn't count. Doesn't count. Wasn't from George Lucas's membranes.
Wasn't it though?
Nope.
It's canon now. Anyway, can the Ghostbusters catch Force ghosts?
So is the Phantom Menace.
You let us know. Sloth versus Sloth the Goonies. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good. Yeah, technically not
doing,
because you
Affleck?
need to have the Force to see the Force ghost. I don't think. Yes,
You're
but
right.
yes, but
That's a good point.
But PKE meters.
Egon, yeah.
Okay, you have PKE meters.
Egon could
Okay,
zero in.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
And Ray did have the goggles.
The goggles, yeah. So they probably could at some. They probably could. I'm just saying. I think they could.
Interesting.
I don't think. Well, they could. I don't think they would though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, why don't we finish this off? Let's head over to games. Kenny, I had Asteroids for the arcade.
You did.
By Atari.
The Vector Classic.
And you had, what do you have again?
Now, you said that was published. I had Mickey Mousecapade. Listen up.
How do you spell Mousecapade? It's just Mouse.
Mouse. Capade.
And then Capade? Really?
Yes,
Okay.
Capade is the word you don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mouse is the word you needed to know how to spell.
Now you said what and where now?
You said this was released in Asteroids was released in Japan by Taito.
Published. I believe it was like
It
published.
was published,
yeah.
but it was developed and made by Atari.
I
Is
think
that
so.
correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna double check on that.
We're gonna double check. We're gonna confirm.
And you're gonna shut your face.
And we're gonna get that.
Okay. No. I want to go here. I want to do my little quick facts. Here we go. Quick
facts.
See, publisher Atari Inc.
Developer
and Taito
Atari.
in Japan.
Okay. All
So
right.
yes.
So yeah, because Atari didn't have an in Japan, so I guess they used
Right.
Taito.
Yeah.
Just like, if I'm not mistaken, Pac-Man was published by Midway. Is that correct? In the United States?
Could be.
Let's confirm.
You can confirm that.
Pac-Man.
I'm gonna take a little drinky drink.
He's taking a little drinky drink. Let's see. Pac-Man was published in North America by Midway. And somehow they got some rights because they actually they developed Miss Pac-Man among other Pac-Man games in the arcade, which were not made by Namco.
Namco Village. They should make a Namco Village. All right.
So that's fun.
So we did a rant at the
good.
beginning. We did rants. So that's cool.
Well, I ranted against you.
You ranted against me, yeah. But
It's
it
getting more
happened. It
personal by
happened
the
at the
episode.
beginning. You know
Did you notice?
what?
It's getting more personal by the episode.
This is the first time it was personal. So.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's
All
getting
right.
more
So
personal.
the next podcast we do, I'll make sure I'm mad at you about something. I can definitely find something mad at you about.
No, you can't.
Now I'm mad at you. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad because you said that.
That's it.
We'll save it for next time. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And if you're watching this live on Twitch.
If you're watching
or YouTube.
If you're watching this, you're in the right spot.
If you're watching it on YouTube, it's still like technically like it's live, like you're watching it. You're alive and you're watching it. It's not live per se. Where'd per se come from? Is that French? Per se. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, say some things.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed week number 79 for the Classic Blend. Remember, you're gonna get a new episode every day. What?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't
every
say
weekday.
week 79. It's just it's a 79 episode.
Well, all 5 days encompass number 79.
You would think that it was, yeah.
We hope you enjoyed the 79th, the series.
Series 79.
Series 79.
You said a video every day, though? That's cool.
Video every week.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we put out a video every day for you guys, you know?
Last week was a little bit weird. There were a little bit of some complications with...
Well, now you're really dating this show now. Now you're dating this episode. Someone watches this at episode 320 and they go back.
Yeah.
You've just really dated
the live
the show.
people, you're in the know.
You know. You're right. It's got Twitch going on there. I don't know what's happening. I'm mad at you about that. We'll talk about that next week. Yeah. It's come back next week for the therapy session between Chris and Ken, and it's going to be great. We're going to have a third-party mediator. It's going to be one of Kenny's cats. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going
to be good.
But I will tell you what we said. We said watch us on Twitch. We record
Hey
all
man,
those shows.
we're recording. We're just listening to the podcast. Enjoy the podcast. The episodes throughout the week. Movies. This week we had 79 movies. We had TV. We had cartoons, and we had games. They complement the podcast, and the other way around. Podcast complements the actual episodes.
This is why I wanted to tighten it, man. It's like very long.
This whole but that's
very
the podcast,
long,
Chris.
Man.
That's how we do the podcast.
But it doesn't.
It's
have
loose,
to
but it's
be
loose.
You
listen. People like to listen to podcasts on the way. Listen, you got 5 more minutes of driving right now, and this is gonna end.
And you just don't feel like turning it off.
And you're gonna be like, ugh.
You don't really feel like turning it off.
No, but that's the thing is like sometimes you're driving and it's like it's not long enough. I need another 5 minutes because now I'm gonna sit in silence or I'm gonna have to put the stupid radio on, and I don't want to have to do that. Or I'm gonna start 5 minutes worth of another podcast.
Or you just sit in silence and enjoy the silence for once. Just enjoy being alone with silence.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh, don't forget to go to anywhere on any socials. Come say hi to us at Retro Squat. We love you. Thank you. Good night.